Hello, hopefully. Yes, we are live. Hello, lovely to be here. I'm back. Gosh, that was very, very stressful. Those of you who live in London will know that the trains in London have been an absolute disaster today. So I got to King's Cross an hour late and everything was cancelled. Hello, Aldo. Lovely to have you here. So I'm a little bit hot and bothered. Apologies for this that's going on as a result. But lovely to be here. I'm so glad I made it back in time. And it feels very nice to be back in home territory with all of the usual equipment. I'm hoping the internet works okay today. I say I've got all my usual equipment. My internet is broken. I got back to that lovely surprise. So I'm using my phone internet and I'm hoping that everything works. Do let me know where you're joining us from, as always. It's always nice to know who is here, who is joining us. Other than Aldo at the moment, it might just be us two, not sure. Hello, Karen. Good, there are people here. It is working. You will also note that I have been in the wars. I fell down a mountain. Well, that makes it sound a bit more dramatic than it was. I was skipping down a mountain and tripped twice. Carol, welcome back. Oh, lovely to see you, Carol, as always. You will also notice that my plants are absent from today's shot. That's because I got back and a lot of them are not looking particularly happy. So they're all currently in the bath. And I'm hoping that they will be revived by tomorrow. Rowena, hello from a very warm Harrogate. Lena says, hello. Lena, lovely to have you here. Congratulations on your 2 number ones. Very exciting. Lucy B, hello. Karen says she's from Aylesbury. I hope it's nice and warm in Aylesbury. It's about 30 degrees in my flat at the moment. Yes, so my plants are a little bit worse for the wear. I think that's what happens when you leave them for 4 weeks unattended. But hopefully their bath will do them good. I think we all want a nice, cool bath today, actually. Angela, hello. I hope you're well. It's sweltering here at the moment, isn't it? Hope you've been enjoying a bit of time off. I think you've had some time off. I think I saw that on Facebook. Hello, Mum. Lovely to see you, as always. Yes, this was my battle scars, which I'm quite proud of. I've got an amazing bruise all down my knee. It was on my birthday. We climbed, those of you who are from Scotland might know Ben Ann. We climbed that and I got a bit excited going down the hill. Lena says, thanks, Anna. It's unbelievable for us all. The bath should revive your plants. Fingers crossed. Anyone got any tips for how to cure house plants that look like they might have died? Angela had the paddling pool out. What I would give for a paddling pool right now, I cannot even begin to describe. Libby says, hello. Julian, hello. Julian, I have a feeling you're someone else. I always get this wrong. Are you one of these people who is actually on a partner's account or something like that? Maybe not. I might have made that up. Kate says, hello. Kate, lovely to have you here. So as I said on Facebook and in email, today we're going to be finishing off. And just says, well, I'm only down the road. I'll come and steal your paddling pool. Seriously. We're going to be finishing off Scarborough Fair. So we're basically going to have a sing through it. And then if any bits in particular you want me to go over, just drop them in the comments and I can keep coming back. Julian says, no, I am me. Good. Julian, I will keep calling you Julian in that case. Kathy says, hello, everyone from sunny Cumbria. Rachel says, hello. Carol says, put it in the bin, the plant. 2 of them have already gone in the bin because I think they are irretrievable. I'm hoping that if you just sort of soak them for long enough, they'll all be fine. But yeah, so I was traveling back from Glasgow today, and I have to say, when I left Glasgow and it was 27 degrees for the first time in 3 weeks, I was very cross. And then I got to London and it was about 36 degrees. So that's even worse. But it's sort of in the middle in Royston. So ish. My fan is currently blowing nice cold air at me. Yeah, and the other thing is we will obviously be then starting our next arrangement, hopefully, next week. That's A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. So if we have time at the end, which I think we probably will do today, we might have a little sing through. So maybe worth Googling the lyrics now. Not the version we're going to do, but just singing through to remember how the tune goes. Julian says, the ones you plan to bin are the ones that survive. No, seriously, Julian, I'm telling you. You don't understand what's happened to these plants. They look like they've been in the wars. Mum says, plants can sometimes revive, surprisingly. I'll show you. That does not look like a happy plant to me. That looks like a plant that, and you can't really, these are kind of soggy. So yes, I don't think that's going to survive. I'm going to put that back over there. So I think Susie and Lena, it's lovely to hear your enthusiasm for my plants, but I don't think we're in luck. Tracy says it's hot here in Hull. It is very hot. I think it's hot everywhere at the moment, but kind of muggy. Here it's been trying to rain for the last couple of hours. I also had to drag my bags back from the station when my suitcase decided to break. And then it started raining as I was sort of dragging and stopping every 5 meters because I got tired. So all in all, it's been a very stressful day. But as always, this is a nice respite to look forward to. So yeah, we will sing through Scarborough Fair, go over a little bit of patches that might need a little bit of work, and then might sing through A Nightingale. Mum says that may well survive. You'll just lose the blues. Really? It was red. It used to be red. It's now brown. I think that's dead. Lucy says, Anna, your plant looks how I feel. Yeah, this is how I feel too. Rachel says, rain in Cornwall, but still hot. Carol, it's hard when it's hot because my singing isn't good enough to share with the neighbours yet, lol. Hello, Jasmeet. Jasmeet is here for her first session. Jasmeet, I promise you, we do not usually talk about plants for this long, but it's a very exciting thing to be reunited with my children. Yes, Lucy, that the plant is very much how I feel as well. I've also got new neighbours downstairs, so they're about to encounter their first ever NHS choir rehearsal too. How exciting. Rowena says, just starting a storm here. Well, we're going to start a storm in our NHS rehearsal. Yes, a big welcome to Jasmine. Lovely to have new members as always. I think we should get going. Yeah, we've got a good number of people. Let's start with some nice, gentle, I don't know about you, I need to calm down a little bit after my exciting day. So just some nice, gentle arm exercises and shoulder exercises, starting with this shoulder, right or left, whichever you prefer. And we're just going to go up and back like that. Hello, Jackie from Hull. Lena says, I don't think the plant is certifiable yet. Oh, okay, I'll try. I'll try and resurrect it. Remember to keep breathing as we do this exercise. And let's go forwards. Oh, very stiff arms from pulling a suitcase around. Fantastic. And the other one. Hello, Judith. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're well. Hope you haven't been missing Compline too much. I have. And let's go forwards. The trick is trying to keep nice and still with the rest of your body. I realise I'm not achieving that at this moment in time. Sorry, I'm not setting a good example. Brilliant. Let's go back to the other arm, and we're going to do the full arm up like that. Yes, suitcase breaking in the middle of London is not an ideal thing when you have to get all the way home. So my arms are quite sore. And forwards. I am quite encouraged by all of you thinking that the plant will survive, though. Fingers crossed. I'll give you an update next week. And the other one. And forwards. Fantastic. Okay, so the one that we don't like now, so we're going to take both shoulders up. Then you're going to take this shoulder forwards and this shoulder backwards, and then roll them. Hello, Elaine. Welcome back to Cambridge. Love Nicholas and Elaine. Nicholas, our youngest choir member at the moment, age 7. Nicholas, I think we'll have to invite you as a guest of honour when we do our first thing where we actually all meet up. And let's swap them around. Oh, it's very hot and sweaty, isn't it? Fantastic. Okay, let's just do a little bit with our necks now. My hair is, it's all sticky. We're going to just take our head over to one side, nice and gently like that. And then we're going to add the weight of this hand and pull down really gently. Oh no, Sally lost 2 plants this week. You know what's even worse is I've just come from my boyfriend's flat and he has hundreds of plants and they're all perfect, like they're like poster plants. They're all perfect and I don't know how. He just has a touch with them. Nicholas says, yes, please. There we go, Nicholas, it's a deal. Other way, and just add the weight of your hand. And actually now take the other hand and just pull down gently at the same time. So we should get a good stretch all across here. Fantastic. And now the one that we've added in recent weeks, Jenny says, I'm sure your plants will survive, even if with new flower heads. Yes, he does have green fingers, Lena, and I'm very jealous. I just can't do it. We're going to take our head all the way around to here, and then just watch me first. We're going to go all the way down, but not round the back. So let's do that together. Start on this side and take it all the way down. Fantastic. And the other way. And one more time. And one more. Fantastic. And now really, really gently, we're going to take our heads all the way back and just let them hang backwards like that. Keep breathing. And all the way forwards. Whoa, very stiff neck. One more time, all the way backwards. And all the way forwards. Fab. Okay, let's do some breathing exercises. Let's shake up the order a little bit this week. Jenny says, it has just relieved us with a heavy, brief shower in Northampton. Sorry, I'll read the caps lock. Jenny, I just thought you were really excited. Okay, what we're going to do is, as those of you who are here all the time know, but for the sake of Jasmeet, because she is new and it's her first session, we take a really nice deep breath, keeping our shoulders down, and then we're going to push out all of our air on an S sound, an S sound for 8 counts. So we want to get rid of absolutely everything. And then we just relax those muscles at the end of those 8 counts and the air will just come back in. We don't have to think about breathing in. Let's give it a go. So starting with 8 counts. Good breath in. Fantastic. So if you do successfully get rid of all of the air, then you should feel like you really, really want to release those muscles by the end, and then the air will just fill that space. Let's do 12 counts now. So good breath, keeping your shoulders down. Ready? I didn't take a good enough breath at the beginning of that one. Or people are saying things. Rowena, it's moving north. What's moving north? The showers, yes. Shanine. Shanine is here from Norwich. Lovely to have you here, Shanine, as always. Let's go for 16 now, and I'll try and remember to breathe. Good breath in. Fantastic. And now let's go for 20. Remember, as we get to these longer numbers, if you are finding, or bigger numbers, longer numbers? That's not a thing. As we get to the bigger numbers, if you feel faint, please stop. And the way that I often visualize it is that I've got a little Capri Sun straw and I'm trying to blow the air through that Capri Sun straw. So 20 counts this time. Good breath in. There we go. So hopefully we're getting close to all being able to do 20 now. It's going to really help us in Scarborough Fair because there are these quite long phrases, as you all know, and we do want to try and do them in one breath. Let's do some actual singing now. You'll be relieved to hear. As usual, we're going to start with some lip trills. So going like that. And we're going to sing. So your noses are going to itch like crazy. If you find it difficult, which a lot of people do, so don't worry, if you find it difficult to keep that lip trill going, just poke your fingers in your face like that, into your cheeks, and it should help. Let's give it a go. 3, 4. everything a wriggle. It'll be really itchy, but it'll go away in a second, I promise. Good, and now let's go to our tongues. It always takes me a minute to figure out where we're going next. To go to our tongues, we're going to do the same thing, carrying on up. And lastly, we're going to go to a V sound, so a V, like you're revving a car, I think. Is that the sound a car makes? V, like that. This one requires loads of breath, so taking a really good breath in before we start. Remember to keep these down. 3, 4. One more. Fantastic. Okay, let's go to one of our favourite exercises. This is I like to sing. And we're going to go, I like to sing. I like to sing. Up we go. I like to sing. I like to sing. I like to sing. Fantastic. I just keep thinking about what my new neighbour must be thinking. I haven't met them yet and they're just hearing me singing. I'll go and introduce myself later. Let's go now to I love to sing, and we're going to join two of those together without breathing in the middle, just to test our breath control a little bit more. Carrying on from where we got to, 1 and 2. I love to sing. I love to sing. Good breath. I love to sing. I love to sing. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of work just thinking about our diaphragm. Oh, I can hear them walking around downstairs. They slammed the door. I hope they don't mind singing. They're going to have to get used to it. Let's put our hands on our waists like this, and we're going to do this exercise. I know I'm explaining this a bit more than I might normally. We have some new members. Very exciting. So we're going to do and you should be able to see that my fingers are moving around as I do that, but the shoulders are staying really nice and still. And remember, trying not to go like that before everyone. 1, 2, 3. Up we go. Sorry, I'm not singing very in tune today. I do apologise. Jenny says, really itchy nose, the fingers in cheeks helps. Ooh, do the fingers help get rid of the itchy nose? I didn't know that. I can't do both at the same time. I have to try on my own at some point. Okay, my favourite exercise now, as you all know, put it in your bin. What I'm going to probably do is some plants later on tonight. 1 and 2. Put it in your bin. 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 One more. Put it in your bin. Put it in your bin. My neighbour might think I have a thing about bins. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We'll do a couple more. We're just going to do the one where we think about really nice, smooth legato singing. And the way that I always imagine this is that you've got your big knife full of Nutella and you're going to spread it all over your toast. If you don't have enough Nutella, it gets all bitty and you get like bits of toast without any on. you've got to have it really smooth all the way across. So think about it as one long thing like that. Let's give it a go. 3, Lena says, I'm thinking about your new neighbours. They must think you are overzealous with hygiene in a musical way. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to think. I probably should have introduced myself to them before the rehearsal, but I hadn't actually realised they moved in. So they get this as their first introduction to who I am. They're going to think I'm completely crazy, aren't they? Let's lastly, just to really cement the craziness, do some oohs, some nice high oohs. I might do them a little bit quieter than normal, or I might just start playing them if I need to. So the way we do our ooh vowel is that we imagine we've got an apple at the back of our mouths and we're very surprised at the front. A bit like that. So it's that's the back and that's the front. So it's a nice open space at the back. And then we're just going to go. Ooh. Rachel says, I'm lying on my kid's bedroom floor trying to get them to sleep, but given in. So they are joining in with put it in your bin. Can you tell Zach and Theo, go to sleep? You've been told. Although I approve that you're doing some singing. How old are Zach and Theo? Are they even younger than Nicholas? They probably are if Nicholas is still awake. Let's do some oohs. Carry on. One more. I was just trying to think if I could find a way to do go to sleep in an exercise. Go to sleep, Zach and Theo. It doesn't quite work, does it? Oh well. One more exercise. No, it doesn't work on that either. Let's do za 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 and za 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 za. Keep going down. Za 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 za. 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 Jenny has said it's too high. It was too high for me as well. It was only a G sharp, so it's actually the same as we went to, or an A flat. So it's the same as we went to a couple of weeks ago. So sorry, it's a bit high. But it's good to keep stretching your range anyway. We definitely don't need it in Scarborough Fair. Speaking of Scarborough Fair, let's go to that now. So hopefully, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting your name. New person, Jasmeet. I will remember it by next week's rehearsal. I promise. I hope, Jasmeet, that you found the resources. They should have come out in the email. I'm guessing that's how you found the rehearsal, hopefully. So everyone should hopefully have either the word sheet for Scarborough Fair or the score. Now, don't be daunted if this is your first time and it feels like we're going really fast. That's because we have sort of done a couple of, 4 weeks rehearsal on it already. So normally we work much slower. What we're going to do is sing through the entire thing, and then we'll work on individual bits of it. So if there's any bit in particular that anyone is struggling with, please pop it in the comments while we're singing and I'll see what I can do. Oh, I knew you were going to ask that, Lena. When is Scarborough Fair due in? Haven't decided. Sorry. I've been on holiday. I will decide maybe in the next 20 minutes. I don't know. Jenny says, much better going down. I have not gone above G for several years. Well, don't let it be a mental block, because G is often where kind of people think, I can't go any higher. You probably can. Push yourself. Jenny says, not without trying Heart the Herald Descant is too high with. To be fair, the Heart the Herald Descant, I always find like, my voice hurts when I try and sing it, and I'm a soprano, so don't worry too much about that. Susie says, my mum, Jazz Meet, the backing tracks are really helpful to help learn it. Very good point. Jazz Meet, if you want to learn it in time to submit, which would be lovely, then don't worry. You can firstly go back and listen to all of the previous rehearsals. Lucky you. They're all on here. Or you can just work with the backing tracks for whichever part you are. And if you just listen to that and sing along loads, you should be able to pick it up quite quickly. So let's get this thingy working. I'll do what I normally do. So I'll play the backing track to you through my computer, and I will then play your parts as well. So I'm going to spin this round. Excuse me. So hopefully that will now pick up more of my computer instead. Okay, let's give this a go. Jazz Meet says, thank you for thinking of me. That's okay. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? 2, 2, 3, up. 'Cause they say it was very and 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, up. Tens and basics. Tell her to make on the side of the hill in the deep forest. As they say, it was very until we think of sorrows, so blessed without no saints on earth and get comfort out of the mountain shall go. Sleeps on away of the glory. Tens and basics, carry on, 2, 3. Tell her to find me and take a look as they say it was very and between the salt streams and polishes the gold. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, off, 2, 3, altos and basses. Tell her to leave it where the sea billows blazing and scarlet and as they say it was very and general sorrows and by the great tide to fight on the coast like ground and she be a true love. 1, 2, 3, 1, off. And off. There you go, Jazz Meet. That was probably a little bit overwhelming. Apologies. Hopefully that has helped. We remembered some of it from last week. Fingers crossed. Lena says, Jazz... Ooh, I need to turn you around. Ooh. Lena says, Jazz Meet, follow the backing tracks and the score at the same time. You'll be fine. Honest. Yeah, you've chosen a nice one to start with. This one isn't too difficult. It's just trying to remember the structure of it. I would just like to start by doing a little bit of work, actually just on the very first verse, but with us, if we just all sing the tune, just because I want to just make sure we're all really happy with the counting, because when we record this, what's going to be really great is if we can all come off at the same time, fingers crossed. So if we just go at the very beginning, just have a listen. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? That's where we breathe. So that time it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, breath. The next time, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. So that time it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, breath. Does that make sense? So the first time, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, breath. The second time, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, breath. Let's just try those. Just everyone singing the tune. Actually, altos, if you want to sing your part, you're welcome to. Tenors and basses, just join in with the tune for now. This is just for the sake of counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, breath. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, breath. Brilliant. The next one. Remember me to one who lives there. Breath. It's a bit shorter than you think because you've got to then carry on. So it's there, 2, 3, 1, 2, breath. Does that make sense? So it's like a full bar, a full 1, 2, 3, and then a 1, 2, breath. Make sense? Hopefully. Should we go from remember me? Or if you're a tenor or bass, and a 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, breath. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, breath. Mum says, is that a quaver off or a crotchet off? It's crotchet, Mum. Full beats always in this. Jenny says, can you just play the alto? Yes, Jenny, we will get to that in just a second once I've done this first verse. Okay, now we've got that counting in our head, let's just sing this whole first verse through. Still, tenors and basses just join in for now. And that same counting then applies in absolutely every verse, so it's going to save us some time. So from the very beginning, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, off. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, off. Fantastic. Okay, hopefully that helps a little bit. Now, it's easier with the counter melody because you just hold it until the end of the bar that you were already singing. So just looking at the next verse, sorry, that probably didn't make much sense. Looking at the next verse, the tenors and basses do the same counting that we've just talked about. So the 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, off. The sopranos and altos have this little counter melody. On the side of the hill in the deep forest green, off. So it's a really short, actually comparatively short note on green. And then it's the same for all of them. Tracing of sparrow on snow-crested brown, off. Does that make sense? Hopefully we're happy with that. Graham Southard says, hello from Hull. Graham, lovely to have you here. Is this your first time, Graham? No, I feel like I recognise that name. I might be wrong. Jenny says, fine, that was the only bit I was finding a little needy of clarification. Okay, let's go to Jenny's bit in that case. So Jenny has said bar 66. Okay, so if you got the score, that's on, let's go from the bit before. So starting at the very end of page 6, if you're using the score. If you're using the words, this is a soldier cleans and polishes a gun. And Jenny just wants to hear the alto part. So from a soldier, we're on this note, it goes like this. It's this interval, isn't it, that's a little bit hard. The way I think about it is, my Bonnie lies over the ocean, but in reverse. That makes sense. Should we just sing all altos? In fact, why don't we everyone sing the alto part, and we're just going to go, a soldier cleans and polishes a gun. Let's give that a go. 1, 2, 3. more time, and this time I want you to stop on the bottom note. So on and. A soldier cleans and... Oh, it is the soldier cleans. No, it's not. It's a soldier cleans. Oh, do we have a discrepancy? Mine says a soldier cleans. Does yours say the soldier cleans? Not sure. Let me know. That is difficult to pitch. Oh, I see. You're finding it difficult, Jenny, to get in on from between the salt water. What I'd recommend then is if you look at the tenor parts, who they're singing the tune, in the bars before, they go, between the salt wall. That's the note you then need to come in on for a soldier cleans. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So if you imagine, I mean, if you want to just sing along with them for now, that's absolutely fine. So if you sing along in your head, between the salt wall, a soldier cleans. Does that make sense? You then stay on the same note. Tenors and basses. Let's go from between the salt water, and then sopranos and altos, we're going to jump in at a soldier cleans. Sopranos, are you happy with how to find your note? It's the note the altos sang on Tears, if that helps. It's this note, so you just have to keep that in your head. And then it's the same one. Hopefully that helps. Let's go. So between the salt water, tenors and basses. Tenors and basses. And 1, 2. Sorry. Are we feeling happy with that? Jenny says thank you. I'm going to take this as a yes. Hopefully that helped. Libby says, please may you go over the soprano part at bar 52. It's this last verse, isn't it, that we're not very happy with. Bar 52, 49, 50, 51, 52. Of course, yeah. So, in terms of finding your note, it's just the same as the note you sung on call. Clarion call. Stay on the same one. And then I guess it's probably the jump, isn't it, from on up to the. This is, if you're using the words instead of the score, this is on the side of the hill in the sprinkling of leaves. And it goes like this. Should we just sing that sopranos on the side? 1, 2, 3, go. Does that help a little bit? Let's put that together with the altos, just so we know how it fits. So altos joining us at On the Side of the Hill with a Sprinkling of Leaves. This is bar 52. We're all starting on this note. 1, 2, 3, go. It's about having a little bit of conviction with the all those little niggly moments where we're very, very close together. Stick to your guns, and you are right, I promise. Okay, just because I feel like this is the one that is causing some problems, let's go over this whole verse. I realise it's not the last verse at all, it's the penultimate verse. So this is from Tenors and Basses, Tell Her to Find Me an Acre of Land. Let's do it a tiny bit slower, for my sake too. And yeah, let's see what happens. So tell her to find. We were all starting on this note, but the altos and sopranos come in a bar later than everyone else. 1, 2, 3. Off. There we go. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit happy. Libby says, yes, thank you. Brilliant. Any other bits that people want me to go over in particular, please drop them in there. The other big thing that we really want to think about that's going to make this go from sort of just okay to being brilliant is thinking about our dynamics. So if you go back to the very beginning, we're starting off MP, which is, oh, can't get the alto note in bar 59. Hold that thought. I'll come back to the dynamics. 59. Ah, that is a difficult one. Sally, if you have a little look, I think you're using the score, aren't you? So this is the note she's talking about for those using the words is washes the grave with silvery leaves. If you look at the note that the sopranos sing on sprinkling of leaves, so at the end of the previous phrase, that's the same note. Healing the sprinkling of leaves. So if you're just trying to remember that, washes the grave, you then stay on the same one. Other than that, the other thing you could do, I don't know if it helps or not, it might make it more confusing. It depends how your brain works, to be honest. If you were singing the tune along with the tenors, but at your pitch, parsley, sage, rosemary, and washes, you'd be going down a note. Does that make sense? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and washes the grave. Should we just try going into that for Sally's sake? Mum says also the same note the alto sang earlier on Hill. Very good point, Mum. If your memory is long enough to remember all the way back to Hill, then it's the same note that you sang on that. Ooh, can we possibly have a soprano sing through at some point, please? Yes, of course. Let's just do this a little bit. So we're going to go bar 51, tenors and basses, tell her to find me an acre of land. And we're doing this to get the note on washes in bar 59 for the altos. So everyone from bar 51, tell her, and on the side. 1, 2, 3. And slightly better? Hopefully that helped, Sally. Lena, you've said, can we have a soprano sing through? Do you mean just the whole thing? Just the soprano part? Is that what you mean? I don't know. Do you want me to sing it? Do you want me to play it? There are so many possibilities. Yes. To what? Which one? Sorry, I listed them all. That wasn't very helpful. Yeah, Lena, whatever you would like, tell me, and I will obviously do it. While you're typing that, because I know there's a bit of a delay, just let's speak through these dynamics. So at the very beginning, we are singing relatively quietly. So it's quite hushed. Are you going to sky? Quite mysterious, lots of text. It's even harder to do that when we're doing it virtually and not hearing each other. So it's something to really bear in mind. Oh, Hannah's here. She says, sorry, I'm late. Don't worry, Hannah. We'll forgive you. Hannah from Portsmouth. Lovely to have you here. So that first verse is all quite sort of mysterious and hushed. Then the gents come in for the second verse, even quieter. Tell her to make. And the ladies, we're up a notch in dynamics to mezzo forte, so moderately loud for the on the side of the hill. So we're actually louder than the gents, but not too loud yet. That carries on for that whole verse until the end of the verse, where when we sing the words ladies sleeps unaware of the clarion call, we bring that right down to pianissimo, so as quiet as we can. Sleeps unaware of the clarion call. At that point, the dynamics swap round. So we're now at bar 51, the treble place. Gents, we're up to mezzo forte, so moderately loud for tell her to find. Quite a full sound there. Ladies, we're still at PP for the on the side of the hill in the spring leaves. But then, plot twist, this is like the most exciting story, 60, 61, 62, 62 into 63. Gents, we start it nice and resolutely, but then we bring it down. Between the salt water. Ladies, we then come in. A soldier cleans and polishes a gun. Nice and strong. And then we get to the very last verse, which is basically everyone loud until we get to the end, and then we bring it right down. Does that make sense? That was a whistle-stop tour of the dynamics. Lena says from bar 28. Where is bar 28? Yeah, of course. Absolutely fine. Do you want to? Well, I think what might be most helpful, Lena, if I play the track and then I pick out the soprano part on the top. Hopefully that will help. Then you can hear everything else underneath. Everyone else, if you want to sing along too, absolutely fine. But this is especially for the sopranos. Now I have to find where on earth that is on track. What's that? That's the. Okay, so maybe here. Not quite. Okay, it's the end of the first verse, going into the second verse. Gent started. On the side of the hill in the deep forest green, tracing of sparrow on snow-crested ground, blankets and bedclothes, the child of the mountain sleeps unaware of the clarion call. Keep it nice and quiet. On the side of the hill in the sprinkling of leaves. Up we go. Washes the grave with silvery tears. Nice and loud now. Our soldier cleans and polishes a gown. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Altos and basses. War bellows blazing in scarlet battalions. Up we go. Generals order the soldiers to fight for a cause they've long ago forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 1, off. A true love of mine. There we go. Hopefully that was helpful. It's quite fun singing along. It's a nice soprano part, isn't it? Jenny, do you want the altos to increase to FF2 on the last verse? Let me have a look. No, so altos and basses, you guys are singing the tune. So you guys are kind of, I would say it's a nice, healthy mezzo forte. So enjoy singing it. But you're not as loud as the counter melody who are singing the war bellows blazing in Scarlet Battalions. Does that make sense? You're a notch down from them. Lena says that was extremely helpful. Fantastic. I think we have time to sing it through one time, all the way through, if you don't have any more bits that you want me to go over. And hopefully that'll be us done. So right back to the beginning. And if you can make your thing this time, even if you're not 100% sure of the notes, can you make your focus singing the dynamics exactly as they're written and trying to really get the kind of sense of growth all the way through to that last verse and then coming down at the end. So let me go back. I'm going to spin this round again. Okay, back to the beginning. 2, 3. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? 'Cause they say it was merry and and a little lives there. She was once a true love of mine.
On the side of the hill in the deep forest trees, sailors merry and trifling of their own songs and glide out no savings on nights and bed goes the child of the mountain shall be a true. Sleeps far away of the clarion.
Bit loud now.
Tell her to find me and take a look as the sage grows merry and between the salt waters and streams and polishes the gold. True love of mine.
Nice and loud now.
Tell her to leave it where the sea billows blazing and starlight and rosy sailors merry and general and colors bright to fight
Brilliant. There you go. Hopefully, we are now. Oh, the police are outside. Hopefully, they're not telling me off for being too loud. Hopefully, we're there. That it seems that people are mostly happy with it now. If you are still struggling with anything, particularly if you're newer, so Jasmine, I'm not expecting you to be completely happy with it yet. Don't worry. If you are still struggling, you can always go back and listen to previous rehearsals. Go right back to the start if you want, or you can listen along to the guide tracks, and you should get there. We have 9 minutes. You can ask me any questions you like within reason. Beautiful harmonies, aren't they? That's not a question mark, but yes, they are. And Ellie has done such a good job. I don't think she's here today, but for those of you who don't know, Ellie, who's one of our co-founders and has now been promoted to the assistant musical director, she wrote the whole thing by herself, and it's fantastic. And so when we eventually put everything together, it's going to have a harp accompaniment, possibly played by me. Not sure yet. We'll see. I know that one of the questions that a lot of you are probably thinking is what is happening with COVID-19? Come on, Eileen, the song, as opposed to the pandemic. We're all asking about the pandemic. It hasn't been started yet, but Ellie and I are trying to figure out the best way to do it, because we don't feel like we can ask the same people as we did last time, because they put so much work into Over the Rainbow. So we're seeing if we can do it ourselves. If anyone happens to know any tame sound engineers or video editors, let me know, please. Mum says, congratulations on the promotion, Ellie. I know. Can we listen to A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, please? Well, the arrangement isn't with me yet, but we can sing through just the other version if you would like. There's a rainbow in the sky this dark. Oh, Jasmine's got a rainbow. Oh, how appropriate for your first rehearsal. Sally, the backing track for the soprano doesn't count the clap in. Ooh, that is a problem. Sally, could you possibly put that in an email, as I will forget it otherwise? And you know me. Put it in an email, and I will see if I can sort it out before we start recording. I will send out an email about the deadline for that as soon as I can. Karen says, can we listen to A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square? Google the lyrics, and you can sing along. Let me see. I think I have this on here somewhere. I do. Is that it? People want that? Yes. Okay. This is the version we sang through about 4 weeks ago, I think. So just join in with what you know. And if you don't want to join in, just listen. My voice is a bit tired, so apologies in advance. Oh, that's not how it goes. Oh, I'm going to start this again. Sorry, that didn't go very well. I forgot to mark the outlining. There we go.
true love is beating me for so the legends tell. Songbirds sing, winter turns to spring. Every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath the spell. I know such enchantment can be, 'cause it happened one evening to me. The chorus. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic about in the air. Angels dining at their roots, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be right, I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to say that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, a puzzled moon, it wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we gazed and said good night, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I know 'cause I was there. I know 'cause I was there. That night in Berkeley Square. That night in Berkeley Square. There you go. Hopefully that helps. So we're going to be starting working on our actual arrangement of that next week, which the wonderful Bobby Goulder is writing for us. He's the same one who wrote Over the Rainbow, so we're in for a treat. It's such a beautiful song, isn't it? It's going to be so great. Karen, I hope you enjoyed that. That was just especially for you, your own individual performance. Aldo says bye for now. Aldo, lovely to have you here as always. You're quite recent to this, aren't you? Always nice to have you. Yes, so hopefully that has been a fun, helpful rehearsal. Jasmine, I hope that has been a not too scary introduction to the NHS chorus. As I said, if you have any questions or are struggling at all, listen to your guide track and that should help you. Lucy says, can't wait for next week. I know. Kate says, looking forward to learning this song. It's so slushy. I love it. Well, there we go. It is now 20:57. You have 3 minutes left to ask me any questions you might have. I can't think of anything that I haven't already said. I'm now back, so I will be able to answer your emails again, hopefully. Lena says, thank you so much, Fab Rehearsal. Lovely to have you here, Lena. Thank you for always being so positive. Congratulations again, Lena and my mum, for your 2 number ones with the 2 big choir things that came out this week, the Gareth Malone one and the Eric Whittaker one. If you haven't already heard them, go and have a listen. They're amazing. Sally says, many thanks. Lovely hour. Yay! Jasmine says, thank you. Enjoy your new home. Thank you. Yes, there we go. So Lucy says, hope your plants survive. I'll give you an update. Or new neighbours. It's new neighbours. So I've been on holiday for the last 3 weeks, and in that time, I've had new neighbours move in downstairs. I should probably go and give them a card and say sorry for all the singing. It's going to get worse. Sally says, thanks for tonight. Loved it as always. See you next week. Woohoo! Emma says, have a nice weekend. Hannah, have you already given no, I haven't given a date yet. Sorry, I will do it. I'm probably back this week, so I should be able to have a think about that and catch up on all of the lovely emails. Michael, who is not Michael, who is Rachel, says, thank you. You're the one that confuses me, Rachel. Lovely to have you here, Rachel. Lena says, thank you, Susie. We need to toast them properly. Toast what? I don't know. Well, there you go. Have a lovely rest of the week, everyone. I will see you next week. Hopefully I'll be able to send out some resources for the new arrangement in the next all got the hiccups in the next several days. So keep an eye on your inboxes or your junk folders for that. But in the meantime, as usual, keep spreading joy. I hope you will have a lovely week, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.